I've always been interested in tools. I'm sort of a tool junkie. I have done a lot of reading about industrial history. I'm a member of the Early American Industries Association, the Society for Industrial Archaeology. I've been active in the Long Island Antique Tool Collectors Association for many years. So I've just always been immersed in the topic of tools. I guess all the kids in the neighborhood have a bike. Everybody starts out riding around on a bike. In the early 70s, I was still a teenager, and the bike boom struck, and everyone got a 10-speed bike, and I got one, and I just was hooked. I never turned back. I went to an alternative high school, and one of the kids in the school was my buddy, and he got a job at a local bike shop, and he told me that if I went down there, they'd probably hire me too. I became aware of the better bikes. I saw the full campy bikes and the high-end lugged frames, and I was just so enamored with the top quality bikes. And I also started going around to a lot of the pro shops around Long Island, and one of them, I kind of hit it off with the mechanic there, and he and I took out, we both decided to start racing together, so we took out our racing licenses at the same time, and I hung around there all the time, and before too long they offered me a job, and I quit the other shop. That's how I got started on bike racing. I had built my first bike frame in 1981. I was done with college. I knew a bit about metalworking from school. A book came out about how to build your own bike frame, and it was written by a guy he was not a frame builder. He was an engineer and built one bike and wrote a book, took pictures and wrote a book as he was doing it. It demystified the thing, and it also made me aware that I didn't need a lot of fancy equipment. If you have a workbench with a vise, you have an oxyacetylene torch, hacksaw, files, a few other tools, which I actually had a lot more than that, but I was actively racing on the track at that time, so I designed a bike specifically for that track, and it worked really, really well. It was just so thrilling to build this thing and then get on it and ride on it and race and win races. It was a real kick for me. I guess the overview is, does it do what the owner wants it to do? There's so many different types of cycling, so the bike needs to be properly engineered for that application. It should fit well. Some of the subtleties of geometry in terms of handling and weight distribution and balance. The integrity of fabrication is a big one with me. The joining process, be it welding or brazing or whatever, not compromise the health of the metal when you're doing that joining process, so it takes a bit of skill to do that properly, and then it should look good. I opened Centerport Cycles in 1990, and I operated that shop for over 17 years. At the beginning, I was very ambitious and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and as the years went by, I think I became disillusioned. I was realizing that I was never really going to make much money at it. I was having a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. My shop was kind of like a clubhouse, which is a bad way to run a bike shop. And I knew what I needed to do to make it successful, and it was just, I didn't have the stomach for it. I just kind of got demoralized, and I had it in the back of my mind for many years that I wanted to try to get a job doing something using my mechanical skills outside of the business world. I currently work at Webb Institute. It's a school of naval architecture and marine engineering. My job title is, it's a mouthful, Mechanical Engineering Laboratory Technician / Machinist. I I support the various laboratories there, so I handle the mechanical side, maintaining them, building things for new experiments, things for research, mechanical devices for senior theses. And also we have a marine engineering laboratory, so I support that lab as well. I do a little teaching. I teach a little welding class, just simple stick welding and flame cutting. And then I teach some machine shop classes in lathe work, milling, and CNC milling. Being a mentor is not something that I decided to do. It's not a major theme in my life, but maybe it's starting to be that. I'm getting older and I've had a lot of experience in a variety of different things, and more and more I find myself helping younger people, frame builders, bike racers, people who want to do machining, wheel building, almost anything that I have expertise at. I guess more and more that's starting to be my lot in life, I guess. Certainly in the frame building world, I'm known as somebody with expertise in the machining side of it, and get a lot of requests for advice. I've made myself kind of useful helping people that way. Machine tools like a lathe or a mill will outlive whoever's using them, so we're kind of just stewards for these machines, and they find homes in these small shops, and that's a really good thing, I think.